matter what, we come together for the good of our constituents, and I'm proud and honored to lead the People's House of the New York State Legislature.
The health and protection of the human beings that live in our districts is our responsibility.
Senator Douglas's words for us today, I quote, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress."
If you want equity to happen, then this is where it happens.
All of us have a responsibility to the greater good.
The House will come to order.
Welcome to Assembly Update. I'm your host, Assemblyman Angelo Santabarbara. I'm very excited about today's show. We're going to be talking about a very big event coming up, Schenectady's Caribbean Day. It's a big event. It's been a big event, and it's been growing larger and larger every year. And this year, it's going to be expected to be even more well attended in our community. Good friends here on the show, Philip Fields and Junior Hittal, who are both Schenectady Caribbean Day organizers, and they're here to talk about what we can expect coming up. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So this is an event that's not a new event, but it has been a fast-growing event in Schenectady. And I think it's one of the biggest events around to date that I can remember from last year. So tell us how this got started.
Well, it started really in 2019. So prior to that, Schenectady had a celebration for many of the Guyanese that were here, and they called it Guyana Day. And in 2019, Junior and I, and along with John Mutaviran, realized that we do have another larger ethnic crowd from the Caribbean in Schenectady County. And so we decided to proceed with the term Guyana Day that would attract people from Trinidad, Jamaica, and other smaller islands of the Caribbean. And so that's why it's now been, since 2019, we've been celebrating this particular type of event, Caribbean Day.
And as you know, it's just it's sort of it's a celebration of diversity, really, and sharing culture and heritage. Junior, tell us about that. Why is that? That is important. That's what Schenectady's known for, and why is this event so important?
Yeah, so it brings a diverse of different type of food, entertainment, so people from the surroundings can come over and see exactly what the different food tastes like, the different dances and performance that are being done at the event.
And the event itself, I attended last year. It was very difficult to get around because the crowd. You think Schenectady Central Park has got all the room, and you got so much room to do things, but it was just really tightly packed. There was just so many people trying to get in there.
And that's one of the other aspect too, that we move from Grout Park in Schenectady to Central Park when we changed the name from Guyana Day to Schenectady Caribbean Day, because of the large crowd. We get thousands of people.
One of the things that I enjoy is trying different foods. And Philip, you're a great cook because I've tried your cuisine as well. You're cooking, but there's a number of different vendors. I got to try as much as I could eat. Eventually you can't eat anymore. But we're expecting. I mean, there was some great vendors there this year. What can we expect this year? What kind of cuisine can we look for?
Well, yes. So this year we still will have vendors that will cook Caribbean food. So you still have people that will have the curry and the oxtail and the curry goat, curry chicken, and so forth. And then you'll have vendors who are from Jamaica. You'll have barbecue chicken for people who still want to eat those things. You'll have even local churches are even vendors there. So we have both Caribbean food, American food. Last year we had Italian food. So the Caribbean is a diversity of cultures, and people came from all over the world, migrated to Guyana. And so therefore, whether it's the African, the Indian, the Chinese, the Europeans that are all there, we try to also present those foods at the event.
And as you said, I think that diversity of it all and experiencing different cultures. This is the place to be this year. The admission is free. There's no charge.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So anybody can attend from the community.
Correct.
We have people from Schenectady, but actually it's attended from people outside of the city as well, right?
We have a large group of people that usually drive up from New York City that comes up just for our event. And we also got people reached out to us that's coming from Canada in groups. So they wanted to know where to stay for overnight accommodations. So we reached out to the casino.
So it's attracting quite a from people from a long distance away. What about now? I know I see this terrific flyer here, so I think we're going to flash that up in a second. The entertainment. That's the food is one thing, but then you have the entertainment is a big part of this. And also you had dignitaries that attended last year as well. We'll talk about that in a second. But there's a long list of performances that are going to be on stage at Music Haven. So we want to shout out to Mona Gold for everything she's done in the Gold family for Music Haven. On the stage, let's talk about some of the performances that are going to be happening.
Yes, so we have many local dance groups still performing there. Originally we opened with a Tassa band, which is an Indian drum.
Drum set.
Drum set. They'll
I've
be
seen that
playing
before,
there.
yeah.
That's correct. And then we'll proceed with the dances. So there have been very different types, hopefully three different types of dances that will take place there. And then we also invite the local artists. So we have many local artists that will come and present and sing and do their songs. That it's quite entertaining. So the crowd is very happy to have many of these. Actually, some of them are actually professional local artists. And then afterwards, we proceed to another segment with we'll have steel band. So we'll have a steel band group that was there that's always been coming and supporting us over the last few years. And we'll also then captivate it with some international artists. So we have some big international artists, Adrian Dutchin, Fiona, Terry Gadraj, who's been with us from the beginning of time. He'll be there. And so they're just great people that will be there. And then Angel's Band, who is the band that's always been around, who has supported us and brought great talent and even advised us in even how to organize this event with just aligning the artists and when to sing. They'll be there. And Lolita is one of our local
yes, I know her. Yes,
singers,
yes,
and
yes.
she's did a great job in trying to get all the local singers in the proper order and in the right mix of sounds. So it's a great event.
Now this is kind of an all-day event, right? This is something that starts in the morning.
Yes. Well, I'll be there early, 7 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
getting the vendors prepared, and all the organizers are there, and sometimes just setting up of the instruments and the sound. The people get there at 6:30 in the morning, and so roughly from like 11 o'clock in the morning, the DJ will be playing, and then 1 o'clock is when the program really starts.
And so on stage, the performances will start. And
Yes,
the official,
yes, yes.
And as you said, it starts early in the morning, but it goes right into
All
the
the way
night,
into-
from what I
all the way into the
remember.
evening, all the way into the evening. Yes,
So
yes.
there's really no end time, right?
There is never enough time.
There is an end time.
Oh, we do have to end.
At some point it has to
Yeah.
stop, but it goes right into the night.
Yeah.
And I know we have some pictures we're going to be sharing of the crowd from last year, and it was a pretty amazing sight to see so many people come together. And this is a family event, right? This is for family
Yes.
fun.
It's a family event. It's the largest Caribbean festival in upstate New York.
And as you said, people are coming from far away as Canada, so I
Correct.
think it's well known at this point. But I from the time it started to where we are now, I think it's really grown by leaps and bounds. And what do you think the reason is for that? It just exponentially just grew, right?
It did.
It did. It's a free event. That's number one. It's free, where anybody can just show up with their family. We have all types of events, vendors for kids. So people like to bring their family out because everything is free. You don't have to pay for anything. The only thing is the food. You got to buy your food. But that's why we have the vendors out there. But it keeps growing and growing, and it's a good thing for our city.
Yeah, I absolutely think it's a great thing. I think people are looking forward to it this year. Last year, I remember I met some dignitaries that were at the event. Let's talk about the people that visited and who can we expect to see this year?
Yes, so that's still in the works. So we have some of the consul generals that might show up, some foreign affairs ministers from different countries might show up. So they'll be there for a short time. The program is so packed this year that just having people talk on stage is very limited, because there's so many musical talented people that are out singing, and it's just bigger. More of them are coming out this year, and everyone is requiring more time, and so therefore we have to start promptly at 1 o'clock, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. Definitely, as I always am, I try to visit and visit the people that are attending. The performances are going to start in the afternoon, but people have plenty of things to do throughout the day. The idea behind the bringing diverse cultures together and sharing this, how important is that? I think that is something that Schenectady is known for. But tell us the importance of that, of embracing diversity, and how it makes our community stronger.
I think that in Schenectady, where we've seen a change of various immigration groups that have come to Schenectady over the years, and every one of them have become a large celebrating group, right? So the Italians are here, you have Italian Day, we have the big Greek Day that will take place, that event that will take place probably in the same day. And so for people in the Caribbean diaspora, I think it's a great thing for them to come and realize that, oh, I can identify with the things I knew back in the old country, or my parents knew, and therefore I want to be out here to be part of that, and just to see how those instruments work, how the people actually perform in their dancing, and it's just the music itself, and then just the camaraderie and the joy of knowing that there are people who share similar values or similar thoughts. People are there with their tents. I mean, if you notice, last year was when we really started realizing that there were over, I would say, over 45 tents in the top of the hill. I was stunned to even find this out, right?
Yeah.
And so this year they're coming back with more, is what they were saying. So we have to be careful how we crowd control. And I'm thankful for the police that's there to help with that. The mayor is actually of the city is very involved in that. The county is also very involved in making this possible. But it is, as Junior has said, it's one of the largest events outside of the county's events that they do for summer night and for the holiday parade.
And I think people that have attended or will attend will see that this year. To find out more information, I have an email address. Is there a website as well? Or I know there's a Facebook.
We just have the Facebook page and an email address.
So they can follow you on Facebook, Schenectady Caribbean Day, and your Schenectady Caribbean Day at gmail.com. Is there still time for vendors to sign up? If they're watching, they just contact you via email or on Facebook?
Correct. So I also want to add something after Philip just mentioned there with the culture. So since we started Caribbean Day in Central Park, we're also, and it happens on the same day as the Greek Festival and the Italian Fest, we're also getting other groups of people coming to our festival to see the culture, to understand the culture, which is good for our city.
I agree. I think that's what makes our community so strong. I think having these diverse connections, and I experienced it with my family. I'm the son of immigrant parents as well, and my parents were new at one time to this country, to the city of Schenectady. And Philip, you mentioned Guyana. Experiencing this, bringing something, your culture and your things back from the old country to the city of Schenectady. How does that make you feel, I guess, knowing that that everything's being embraced in this manner?
Yeah, it's a wonderful feeling, because I was just there. I just went for a wedding back there. I actually have to say that people who cook in America actually do very good, perhaps even better than Guyana. I have to say that is a very strange comment to make. But yes, what you do miss mostly is the freshwater coconuts and the fresh fish. I mean,
we'll have that at Caribbean Day.
I saw that last year, and I know we'll see it again. It's wonderful to see this come together, and people sharing their culture, sharing their traditions. I'm excited to see it. If you haven't been there, Schenectady Caribbean Day, don't miss it this year. It's a great event. It's the event to be at, and I will see you both there, and I will have my family with me, so I'm excited for it.
September 9th.
That's September 9th. It's coming right up, so make sure you're there. It's an all-day event. I'm very excited to share it with you here on Assembly Update. Join us on our next episode, and we'll talk more about great things going on in our community.